Hi everyone, welcome to How Ines Rolls. As you can hear, I've been a little under the weather, and so all I've been wanting to eat is soup. So today I'm gonna show you a super easy, super yummy green enchilada chicken soup that is also keto friendly. That's not why I'm doing it. I'm just doing it because it sounds delicious. So let's get started. Like the last few days, I have been under the weather. There's been even a day where I couldn't go to work. I can do work from my house. And of course, I've just been kind of more confined to our house. These last few days, I've been eating a lot of tortilla soup from Cafe Rio, which I love. But today I'm feeling better, and so I'm going to make this super yummy green enchilada chicken soup. And it's gonna be super creamy and delicious. So first thing we're gonna need is to start boiling some chicken. I'm gonna boil it because I wanna show you my new pans, you guys. So I'm gonna show you right here. So you guys, I really wanted to tell you really quickly that I got some Happy Mail, so I thought we could open it together. As you can see, I got some pots and pans. My friends over at Viewee, they contacted me and asked me to review these, and I thought, why not? Because have you seen my skillets? So I was really impressed with the reviews, and I thought, why not, you guys? So let me show you what comes inside. So just by opening these are some really good sturdy pots and pans. Now this one's the only one that comes with this non-stick, which, I mean, unless you're working with like a cast iron skillet, it seems like most of these are going to have some kind of protective for just frying. But the other ones, like these, are some sturdy ones. So look inside these pots. I don't know if it can show. Yes, it's got fill lines for like if you need to put a couple of quarts of water. I love that because then you don't have to use a measuring cup for water. You can just kind of follow the line. And look, I just love that. And it is also on all of the pots. Isn't that awesome? So Paul said this feels sturdy, like tangled, like, you know how the horse that likes to hit with the pots? It's actually Rapunzel, but then the horse ends up doing it too because it's such a good weapon. So everything has a lid, and I can't wait to show you. You guys, my friends over at Viewee are going to be adding a discount code to my friends who would like to order their own set of pots. And you guys, it's pretty cost effective. So this is something that I would probably purchase anyways and was probably needing to very soon. So I'm really glad to be able to be using these. So let's start cooking. These pans are gorgeous. So I've been using them now for about a week, and you guys, because they go into the oven, the arm of the pans do get hot, or can get hot depending on the temperature that you are using. So to remedy this problem, I bought these fajita arm holders just for the pans. So today I'm going to be using a pot. And we normally use pot holders anyways when I'm picking it up, so that won't be a big issue. But when I'm frying things, I just add these to the arms before we even start, because I just know that the higher temperatures will equate to maybe a warmer arm. So I just want to make sure I don't get burned, and I wanted to let you know also that below in the link will be the Amazon link to the pans. And I'm also going to add the Amazon link to these pot holders. I got 3 of them for $7, totally affordable, and they're stinking cute, don't you think? So I'm gonna show you now what I'm doing to get ready for this soup. So this pot, oh my gosh, you guys, isn't that so cool that it has the lines? So if I wanted to put like 4 cups of water, I could do that ahead of time. But what I am doing is adding 3 pounds of chicken. Now the recipe calls for 2.5, but I'm just gonna put the whole bag in, right? I mean, why take out like a little half of a chicken breast? So I'm just gonna add it all in here, this is gonna have lots of meat in it. It's gonna be so good. Now I'm just going to bring this to a boil. I'm gonna add my broth to it, which is in the recipe. So I'll also have that recipe linked below. So easy. It'll be 3 cups of chicken broth. So let's do this. So I just added about another cup of water to this. So now I have 4 cups instead of 3. And then I added 2 of these bouillon cubes to give me the broth that I need. So I am just going to be watching this to make sure there's going to be enough liquid in here. Now I can very easily add a little bit more liquid to thin it out, but I won't make that decision until when I start putting all the other ingredients in. So this may take a minute. I'll see you in a little bit. So while the chicken is going, I thought I would get a little bit of a side together. Since there's not going to be any vegetables in the soup, it's going to be mostly creamy. I'm just going to take a cucumber and slice it nice and small or thin, just little bite sizes. And you're probably wondering where I got this from. Maybe. I used it in my Montessori classroom, so it's from a teacher supply store. But you could probably find them in like Bed Bath & Beyond, or maybe even the kitchen section of Walmart. And we're going to put a chili lime seasoning on top, which is, I found this little tahine, so yummy. But also Trader Joe's has one as well that's delicious. So I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of the chili lime, and it's not like spicy, just a little tangy, on the cucumbers, and have it ready for as a side for especially Ezra. The other thing that I'm going to start prepping on is shredding some cheese. I got Monterey Jack. You're supposed to have 2 cups. So I'm just going to do an 8-ounce block, which is just the smaller one. And grated cheese and me are like this. We're friends. So I'm going to get that going, and then I'll check on the chicken in a little bit. So I just checked on the chicken. It's already starting to boil. So let's talk about some of the other things that you'll need. You'll need a half a block of softened cream cheese. So I've already pulled it out. I'll probably cut it in half here in a minute just to get it more on room temperature, maybe on a plate or something, just so that near the end it'll just melt really easy. We're also gonna need a cup of half and half. This is gonna make it extra creamy, you guys. And then you'll need a 28-ounce can of green enchilada sauce. This Macayo one is one I've used a lot. So if you don't have a Macayo's, just let me know in the comments what you do like. So this one is a really good one. If you haven't tried it, you may want to. And then you're just gonna need a half a cup of a green mild salsa. Now they have some wonderful salsas that are nice and chunky, that have like all those vegetables in it. That would probably be super good. But I have kids, so I wanna make sure that they're gonna try it and hopefully really like it. I love green chili. I love the enchilada flavoring with all of this. I love all of that. My kids, Ezra may be a little bit more hesitant. So the less chunkier, the better, I think. So this one, it will be a super good alternative. So let me know if you like your salsas chunky or maybe not so much. So my chicken is done, and what I've done now is just kind of strained a little bit of the fat that was in there, just some of those, you know, unpleasant looking fat stuff. You know what I'm talking about. So now all I'm gonna do is just let the broth just sit here, because we're gonna be putting everything back into the broth. So I'm gonna trim up this, the chicken that I have and put it right back into the pan, and then we'll start putting the ingredients in. So, but while I'm doing that, I am gonna start putting I'll show you what I start putting in. Well, the family is now back, so they are ready for lunch. So I'm near done, which is awesome. So this recipe is pretty quick once everything is going. So I'm just gonna add the sauce. I'm gonna add that half cup of salsa, that cup of half and half, the cream cheese, and then the cheese. And then we're gonna get this on a low simmer. So I have finished mostly chopping up these chicken pieces, and I'm just adding it back to the mix. And I'm just trying to bring it back to a slow boil just to try to get that cream cheese incorporated. It's smelling so good, you guys. The kids are loving the sides with the cucumbers and the carrots with the seasoning on it. Plus, I'm gonna serve it with some tortilla chips. Doesn't that sound so good? And I'm pleasantly surprised by how much this is making. Now the recipe calls that it could be done in the slow cooker. In fact, that's what it's kind of geared for. But I just love the pans, so I wanted to use them with the pots and pans that I just got from my friends from Viewee. So remember the link below for the pans, for the pot holder sleeves, and also the recipe is all going to be in the description box below. So it's almost time to dish. I am super excited to eat this. It smells so good. Everybody's starving. I'm gonna crunch some chips in that. It's gonna be so good. Ezra has a little bit here with a quesadilla, right? And everybody says it smells so good. It's really probably kind of hot. And let's see how it goes. My honest review of this soup. It was really good. It had lots of flavor, probably a little more liquid than I probably would have wanted. Now the kids and Paul are having some ice cream for dessert to soothe the burn. But what did you think, Paul? What did you think, Jonas?
It was good.
You liked it? Good flavor.
Very. Normally shouldn't let me be in it. So. No, it was very good.
It was very good. He has to come down to my level.
On my level.
All right, so let me tell you a couple of things that I noticed that I think would improve it. Okay, so if you're going to be using the stock, right, from the carton or a can, I think that's going to probably be the best. But if you're going to be using bouillon cubes like me, just use one bouillon cube and still use 3 to 4 cups of water. Now, I also think that because I still love the pots and using the pans that I got from Viewee, that I think it would be better to do it in a crock pot, because that way I can walk away from it. And you know me, I love crock pot meals. But I also think that you could even add some vegetables to it. I think having some corn would be perfect. And let me know in the comments what you think would be a really good vegetable to add to it. Maybe some carrots. I was even thinking maybe some type of rice could be good in that, but then it would change it to not be keto friendly. So I think there's some really great variations to this soup. It had a wonderful flavor, and I love green enchiladas sauce. Let me know if you like green enchilada sauce. So good. So now it's time for a tiny little bit of dessert and for me to lay down and rest. Gotta get rid of this cough. So thanks so much for stopping by the channel today. Give this video a thumbs up and let me know if you think you'll be making this keto-friendly green enchilada soup. It is so good, you guys. And stick around, rollers. You just never know what I'll be rolling out next. Stay healthy, everyone. Bye.